We also watched this week the latest episode of the Traitors US season 3. It was another very tense episode. I get so involved in these shows. I sometimes I pace when things get tense.
Yeah.
I like literally
2 weeks
stand
in
up
a row you've
and
been
behind
pacing.
this couch, I start pacing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was another pacer of an episode.
I am sad that all my favorites have gone home.
It started.
All the people that I was wanting to watch have left one after the other.
Yeah.
And I'm sad.
Yeah.
Started with Dorinda.
Mm-hmm.
She was on for one episode.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
And then, it was another housewife.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one. And then, this week, rip to Derek.
Yeah, that one hurt. Derek was actually good, but he was too good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even chalk that up to Derek being too good. Derek leaving, I genuinely believe, is because there's a large contingent of non-gamers
Yes.
on the show who are, just so bad.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
bad. The evidence for Rob has been staring him in the face since Bob the Drag Queen was eliminated, if not before.
Yeah.
And I will give this to Rob. He's done such a masterful job of deflection.
I was gonna say he's good at the round table. Like he gets them all. He's good at keeping his cool and providing, resting his case.
Yeah, he's got such a way with words. It's like obvious. Like everyone who's watching the show knows it. But more power to him. But you're right. Seeing all our faves leave, and another thing that's really hurting me. And I don't like Big Brother has a lot of viewers, but it's a network TV, so a lot of people who watch Big Brother aren't really watching every other reality TV show like we are, and a lot of people who watch a lot of reality TV show don't watch Big Brother for some reason. So a lot of these people, I'm seeing them online, seeing these Big Brother players for the first time come on Traitors and bomb, and they're all like, "Wow, these Big Brother players are trash."
Yeah,
I'm like, no, they are just. Big Brother is such a gamey game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You are game.
That is true. It's different.
And it can look a little crazy if you don't, I don't know, like Dan was horrible. He was a horrible traitor.
He was.
And Danielle is a horrible traitor.
And that's what I can't, so we've decided that after we finish, so we're on season 15? Of Big Brother.
We do Big Brother rewatches just for our own sake.
Once we finish that, we're gonna go back and we're gonna watch Danielle because I've seen Danielle on this and I saw her. I said this last week.
Yeah, on Reindeer Games,
and I need to see evidence as to why you feel like she's so good. Well,
Danielle Reyes it's just a fact, one of the top 7 best Big Brother players of all time, and she was much higher. Except we've had some really good seasons of players from like Chelsea and other players since then. But she's season 3, I want to say. So for until season 14, a lot of people had her as one of the top 3 or 4. She's that good. Dang. It's like a foundational season. But anyways,
I guess you're right. In Big Brother, you're always gaming.
Yeah, there
and
are
scheming and talking and
and the social aspect is a game.
And
all of the social thing is a game. And so when you're on a show where people are getting killed just on vibes, they killed Wes because they're like, even if you're not a traitor, you have to go. Yeah, and it's what are we doing?
Yeah, and there's a lot more opportunities to save yourself in Big Brother.
Yes.
Whereas in Traitors, it's literally a murder in the morning, a murder in the evening. It's like back to back.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's so frustrating about Traitors is they're wrong most of the time. Unless you get the Traitors out the first 3 weeks, I'm sure the producers will find a way to never let that happen. I would just be like, we're going to be wrong all the time, so let's at least listen to evidence and not. I've heard so many.
So
the vibes are off.
Just get who we don't like out. I think is the vibe.
Is what they're doing.
I was worried for Brittany this week because Brittany is definitely one of my Big Brother all-time faves.
As is mine, yeah.
But when Derek left, he was like, Dylan, it's Brittany and Rob. And that is true. Brittany was riding hard for Rob last week.
Yeah.
And then this week, he totally threw her under the bus.
Yeah.
So then she had to defend herself. And I'm glad that she stayed, but I'm worried because now her and Danielle are getting close, and I'm afraid Danielle might take her to the end and then rob her of the money.
Here's what I'm not worried about. I don't know. I think Brittany right now has all of Big Brother fandom on her back, supporting her. I actually don't know that to be true. This is how I see it though.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do think Brittany's in a very good position.
Mm.
Danielle doesn't want her to get murdered because Danielle trusts her.
Yeah.
Also, Carolyn likes Brittany because when she heard that Danielle was lying to her, but not lying, but you know what I'm saying, targeting her through Brittany, she got upset. She was like, "You're one of the people I trust the most." Both of those ladies like Danielle and think that she's on their side.
True.
Here's what I know. I mean, Brittany. This is what I know about Brittany. We've watched her season 13 and season
15.
14. It's 14.
Oh.
So maybe it's 12 and 14. It's 12 and 14. She's good. She knows how to read people. She knows the game. She knows how to play. She got crossed by, think about Big Brother. She got, what's the word I'm looking for? She got fooled by the traitors. The brigade betrayed her, and she found out at the end, just like traitors. It was basically traitors for her. And she has learned about that moment. In fact, I'm posting this on the Big Brother or the Traitors website on Reddit. I don't know if anyone's thought this before or posted about it. I haven't checked. But she's experienced traitors before. She knows what to look for.
True.
Secret alliance. That's all traitors is, a secret alliance.
True.
And taking her out. She's going to cozy up to the traitors, who I think she knows Danielle's a traitor. I do think she knows.
Do?
Because I saw an interview where she was like, one thing they haven't shown you in the edit is Danielle was acting crazy all the time.
She did say that.
She was like, she said in her Brittany way, she was like, there were times where you'd be like, girl, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I think she knows because she also knows how Danielle acts. She's like, why are you acting like this? And I don't know if she'll catch Carolyn, but give it enough time, Brittany's observer.
But what do you think? Because you saw what I said, or remember what I said when we were watching. Now that Rob's out, I think they might recruit Brittany to be a traitor. Do you think they might?
That would be a great move on their part.
Yeah. Do you think she would accept? I guess sometimes you don't have an option.
You don't have an option. I think she should accept, and they should get rid of Carolyn. Because Brittany could help Danielle calm down.
True.
Danielle and Brittany would have complete trust in each other.
True.
I think they've built it. I think they've forgotten about reindeer games. Carolyn, as much as Danielle should work with Carolyn now, if she can recruit Brittany and immediately go, we got to get rid of Carolyn. Because the only thing is, no one's ever going to guess Carolyn's a traitor.
I just don't know if Carolyn and Danielle can get it together. Like, I don't know if they can work together.
If somehow Carolyn can get Danielle out of there, the game is hers. No one would ever suspect her for any reason whatsoever. It'll be interesting. Everyone online, especially those Survivor lovers, are like, just wait. Carolyn's the queen. Okay, I want to see her gameplay.
That's another thing we need to watch.
Yeah, they don't have Rob to protect them anymore as a shield. So let's see what happens when Carolyn's at the wheel making decisions. Because right now, nothing goes back to her because, who would she kill?
She made it seem like she was feeling steamrolled by Rob.
Rob was steamrolling them. The fact that all the people he wanted to died, and what ultimately made it obvious he was a traitor.
True.
But let's also talk about the other side of the house. We've been talking about gamers because, we watch a lot of games. Let's talk about the non-gamers. Dylan found out that his number one ally, Rob, was, and so he's feeling a little vulnerable. Let's talk about Sandoval. I knew this was going to happen with Sandoval.
Oh gosh, everyone hates Sandoval.
Right. Well, but he's just not with it.
That's what. Yeah.
But after all, I mean, he wasn't the first to figure out it was Rob. It was multiple people, but they all went home, and so he was like, "Guys, I think it's Rob," and now he gets the credit.
Now he wants the credit. Yeah. And he just has such a distinct personality, and
Yeah.
sometimes people just have personality clashes. Who is it that what is it? Who is it that votes for him every single time? Is that Chriselle?
Chriselle hates him.
I think she's voted for him at every single round
It was
table.
between Brittany and Rob, and she's like, Tom.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any of them, and I just think it's you. And you're like, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of that happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
Dylan voted for Gabby out of nowhere.
Oh gosh.
And you're
what
like, you're
was
dead
that?
wrong.
Gabby is funny.
Gabby could go to the
I will
end.
give her that. She's funny.
Gabby is hilarious, and I don't think she cares enough to really tune in. But I said it after the first episode. I think she's more than smart enough.
Yeah.
And perceptive enough to get it. But she's like, not.
Remember at breakfast when she was talking about Ivor,
Yeah.
and he was there, but she just did not see him or notice him, and they were all like, Gabby, he's right here.
Yeah.
She made a TikTok about it, and she was just like, I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, Gabby.
Which Ivor again is another like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Him and Sam.
So many of these no names are so bad that here's what I could think Carolyn and Danielle should focus on right now are just picking the most random people, because it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They need to shut up. They don't need to say anything. Just shut up and go with the flow. And if they think it's Sam, get rid of Sam.
Yeah.
Get rid of Ivor. Get rid of Dolores. But don't because Danielle has a little heat on her, but Carolyn put that on her. So if Carolyn stops talking about her, they're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just start getting rid of folks.
Yeah.
So they're actually in a good spot now that Rob's gone.
Yeah.
Although Rob played an interesting game. We got anything more on Traitors? We did. This is, of all the times to not talk about the challenge, we have to talk about the challenge this week because it was actually entertaining. Most of the times the Traitors challenges are like, this is fake. We know it's fake. Who cares? But this was basically Fear Factor.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah, or even worse, because they literally dumped roaches and maggots on top of their heads.
Listen, I'm a full grown man. I don't have any problems with who I am. I don't want to say I have a lot of self-awareness, but I'm pretty self-aware. If I had been the first person to go up there, I'm immediately taking my hand out the box. If I had seen everyone else do it, including the women, I would have stuck it out, and it would have been a feat. But as for just like, if I'm just me, especially I'm the very first person, I'm literally just, as soon as I see those millipedes, I'm like, I'm not doing this.
It's like bugs that I can see and get rid of, I'm fine with. But when they're touching me, that's a whole nother level. Like, I don't need that.
They were saying that
nobody needs
the crickets and maggots were crawling around in their
in their
underwear,
clothes.
in their clothes, in their hair, in their ear.
Much.
That's just not. I'm like,
no.
And here's the thing. It's not a guarantee. If someone said, I'll hand you $20,000 after you do that, of course I'll do it, right? But it was to add it to a pot that maybe I have a chance of winning. You might not,
yeah.
No, I'm taking my hand out of the box immediately.
For sure.
Immediately.
And it was actually surprising to me that only one person did. Only Chriselle did, right?
Yeah, Chriselle and Dolores.
Yeah. I think Dolores would have stayed in. Yeah, she would have. Chriselle freaked out.
But I don't have a problem with that. Listen, you wouldn't let a millipede and maggots and roaches and snakes just crawl around you in bed at your house.
No, heck no.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think
it is a little different because you know that there's a time limit. Like, after 8 minutes it's going to be done. And you're in like a controlled environment. Well, kind of.
I would need to change immediately.
Well, same.
I would strip down to my skivvies. I would need to be doused in water immediately. If there's not like a shower off camera immediately, I just wouldn't do it.
There wasn't, because they got in the car and Brittany goes, "We stink." That's gross. That's so gross.
It just, again, it's not enough money on the line for me to consider doing that.
Yeah.